everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my newest knitting make, which is the outline tee from Jessie Maed Designs. So my next item is definitely on my docket because I was itching to make some more warm weather appropriate knits. I don't know that the weather has particularly warmed up enough right now in Colorado to make this wearable yet, but I can tell I'm going to get a lot of use out of it in the summer. So for this shirt, I've used the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the color Olive. This is a bourrée type silk, so it's sort of like ethical. I think it uses the cocoons after the silkworm have left the cocoon, so it's supposed to be more ethical, and it is a little bit rougher. It's not the sort of like shiny silky thing that you're used to seeing with like mulberry or something like that, but I think it's a really interesting texture, especially for the summer. I would say it's kind of similar to like cotton in texture because it has that little bit of toothsomeness to it, but it does have a really lovely drape and a nice airy appearance. So for this shirt, I think I used US size 5 needle, and I knit this up in the size extra small just because I didn't want a ton of excess ease on it. Even still, I think I have about 10, maybe 8 or 10 inches of ease around my waist. So I feel like that's enough for me. I like the extra small in terms of that width. I did knit the medium in length, and even still, I would probably knit this a couple of inches longer next time, just because I'm not terribly confident with showing my belly. And so I would add a couple inches on this. Another thing, a lot of people mentioned that the neckline was way too deep, and I don't have that problem at all. I think this neckline is pretty high on me. Coming up almost to the high point of my sternum. I would kind of like to see this be a little bit lower. So I think I might knit this up again and make some of those stylistic changes for myself, you know, adding length, deepening the neckline. But obviously the point of this is this really interesting drop stitch design. So it does have a drop stitch that extends all the way up from the shoulder, down the V-neck, down the front. You can see it along the arms that go into the side of the shirt and down the center of the back as well. It makes it really nice and easy and breezy. And as I said, because it's silk that has a really lovely drape and airiness to it, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. So I used almost exactly 2 skeins of the pure silk to make this shirt. I think I had like 6 grams left over. But if I were to do the lengthening and those other things, I would probably need to get a 3rd ball for that. This shirt does require an awful lot of knitting flat because as soon as you get to it's knit from bottom up, and as soon as you get to the underarm, the rest of it is all knit flat. It is kind of fun. You do a setup round in the very, very beginning to prepare for those drop stitches, and then you just knit it like normal all the way to the top. And when you get to the top, it's like, drop this stitch, and you better hope that you have everything aligned and you didn't mess up anywhere between there. It's a little nerve-wracking because you drop the stitch up here and then you have to chase it all the way down the shirt and make sure that you didn't mess up and you're in the right exact place that you put your setup row in there for it. I would sort of call this a drop shoulder style, right? Like if I was making a drop shoulder sweater, I would pick up on these sleeves and knit. Of course, this one, once you just picked up around the sleeves, all I did was to do my ribbing. So this does use a half twisted rib along the bottom and the sort of sleeves of the shirt. There is no finishing knitting along the neckline. You just have a slip stitch when you're making it, which is kind of cool. I just really love this. And as I said, I'm going to make another one. She also has a lot of other garments in this same sort of like drop stitch pattern. So I picked up the outline tank because I thought that would be something I'd like as well. So I'm going to make that this summer, again in the same sort of Knitting for Olive silk. I have it in a couple of colors. I think it's a really nice summer fiber. But as I said, I haven't worn it a whole lot, so I'm not really sure how it's going to wear. Some people did say that the silk was really delicate or that it has a tendency to pill. So that's something that I'm not going to find out yet until I actually put it into some use orientation. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Jessie Maed outline tee, and I'll see everyone next time. Take care.